want to tell you a super quick story that I can guarantee you most of you watching are going to absolutely relate to. Last week, my sister and I, we created this amazing course, and it was just incredible. It basically broke down the science of making money on social media, like what you need to do in order to monetize social media. It was insane. We were so proud of it. The quality was amazing. The film looked really good. It was amazing. And so we were really excited. We were like, all right, we're gonna launch this baby. It's gonna be amazing. We're gonna make a bunch of money. And it totally freaking flopped. We had the first day that it went out, it was almost no sales. So we were so surprised. We thought it was gonna be an amazing launch, and it totally flopped. However, stick around and we'll show you how we did this one simple tweak that increased our launch sales by 537%. So the first thing that we did is we took a day, waited 24 hours, and we did nothing. And we waited 24 hours because we wanted to have a full day to see how the sales went. We wanted a full day of data. But then the next day, we sat down and we evaluated what went wrong. And that's the first thing. We'll talk more about this, but the first thing that you need to know that we did, sat down and we evaluated. We said, okay, let's take a look at all the data. Let's take a look at everything. Why is this launch flopping? What we wanted to know was, we wanted to know the why. Why isn't this working the way we thought it would? We're very good at launches. Why did this one flop? We weren't really emotional about it, which I think a lot of newer entrepreneurs get super emotional about their launches, where it's this big personal rejection. And that just wasn't the case for us. We just were like, we thought this was going to work. We felt really good about this, and it flopped. What I did here is Rose, my marketing director, she wrote down, we did a very careful review, and these are some of the points that she noticed after reviewing it. She says, number one, it wasn't different enough from all of our other products. So people assumed that they had already purchased it. So what we didn't do is we did a very bad job of differentiating that product. It just looked like a product everybody else had created, or a product that we had already created, and a lot of our audience thought, oh, well, I've probably already purchased this product. Second mistake we made is the title wasn't sexy enough. So we changed the title, which was the Ultimate Social Media Guide, to Making Millions with Social Media, because that's what the course is. I literally break down how I've made literally millions of dollars now over the years on social media. I broke it down. It's an awesome course, but we called it the Ultimate Social Media Guide versus Making Millions with Social Media. And then the third thing, and I guess it was such an important point, she wrote it down basically twice, which is we needed to emphasize even more that it was a new course. We have social media jumbo kits. We have social media sales guides. We have just a lot of stuff about social media. And what we didn't emphasize enough was that it was a new social media course that teaches you how to, and how I made money, a lot of money on social media. So what I have on the screen here, and we'll be putting this up here on the screen, is a screenshot of what it looked like before. And then here's what it looked like after. Sitting down and reviewing all of this, we identified, oh, here's why it flopped. And then we made an action plan for it, right? We started saying, okay, this is what we need to take action on. And we implemented that the very next day. So a couple things we did. Number one, we dramatically improved the visuals of the course. And, the outside packaging, it matters a lot with digital courses. And we needed to show that this course wasn't like any other course we've ever created. And so we needed to create something that was just visually different to help communicate that this isn't like other things we've done. This is even better than things we've done. Second thing that we did that we really should have known better on and should have done, but we learned, is we tweaked some of our copy to better reflect the value of the course. A lot of you who are watching and have had flop launches or launches that didn't go the way you wanted them to go, a lot of it is probably due to the copy, right? The words you're using to try to sell your course or whatever it might be. Honestly, this course was mind-blowing, and the copy certainly did not reflect that. And so we just tweaked our copy to better speak to the value that you get in this course. And then finally, the third thing we did was to change the layout of the landing page to make sure it looks very different from our old landing pages, from our other landing pages. Again, we were really trying to emphasize that this is a new product. If you were to summarize what our mistake was, is imagine we're Apple, we launch another iPhone, and it looks and it sounds and is described as the exact iPhone you already have. You're not going to go out and buy another iPhone. But that's why Apple does such a good job differentiating each product launch and showcasing why it's different and why it's better. And that's something that we didn't do and we tweaked. And so what was the result from all those tweaks? We increased our sales by 537%. As soon as we sent that email after the tweaks, my inbox, bam, filled with sales. And so you get to the point where you're like, okay, cool, it's a flop launch. Let me evaluate, tweak it, relaunch essentially, and you do really well with it. But I want you to take away one lesson. What's the number one lesson that I want you to take away from this video? If your launch isn't going very well, don't just blindly push forward and keep doing what you're doing. If what you're doing isn't working, don't do that. Take a day, evaluate your copy, evaluate the offer itself, evaluate the visuals around it. Don't just blindly keep posting. We ended up with a very successful launch. It was a great launch, a great end to our month because we were willing to immediately implement the tweaks that we realized we needed because we sat down and evaluated. The number one thing you've got to do when you're launching is just evaluate, especially if you are having a flop launch, and then take action immediately to fix that. So obviously I've been talking about how amazing this course is. And I really genuinely think this is one of the best courses I've made. It's basically a walkthrough of what you need to have in order to make millions on social media. Monetizing in social media can be very overwhelming. And so what we did in this course, and this is why we went to work to fix it if one didn't launch right away, is it literally simplifies making money on social media. So it's the stuff that I wish I knew before I started my business, before I knew how to make money on social media. It was worth it for us to go through and evaluate and do all that work because we want to get this course in the hands of as many people as possible. So if you've been watching all this and you're like, well, I got to see this course now, I got to at least check it out. It's going to be the first link in the description. You'll see the details. It's awesome. Price, incredible. Content, incredible. Value, through the roof. It's really, really good. I really think you should snag it if you can. It's going to be really helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have a flop launch, not the end of the world. You tweak it, you evaluate, you do better, and this is how you make a bunch of money. I make 3 videos every single week teaching you how to make more money on social media. I'll see you in the next one.